So you went big and got the S23 Ultra. Now you want a good case for it. And in this video, I'm going to show you some examples of great cases, more premium cases for the S23 Ultra. Now I previously did a cases video, but it was kind of the Amazon bestsellers, a wide range of different Amazon cases that are generally a little bit cheaper on the price point. So in this video, we're looking at cases that are a little bit more expensive, but definitely bring more quality to the table. So the first case that we're looking at is from Pataka. This is the Pataka MagSafe Case 3 for the S23 Ultra. It is a very slim, lightweight case. I mean, it's very form-fitting. If I just pop this case off just to show you, you could see just how thin and small it is. It's even hard to get off just because it's so thin. But one of the great features of this case is that it supports Apple MagSafe. I have some MagSafe devices around, and it's really easy for me to dock this and charge it. So you can see it's got like the circle there, the center location for wireless charging and for MagSafe. And this is just a super thin case. What I like about this case the most is how it looks on the back of the phone around that camera module. That is really nice. I mean, very form-fitting. Nothing is out in the open that doesn't need to be. I mean, just your camera modules and sensors and flash. That is all that is showing. Very minimal Pataka branding down on the bottom, almost not even noticeable at all. Everything is covered up that doesn't need to be exposed. The pin is really easy to get access to here as I slide the S Pen out of the bottom of the phone. The only thing that is lacking, I think, from this case is maybe a little bit more edge protection, because if you dropped your phone and it kind of hit this edge here, then you're gonna have a situation. But this case isn't necessarily about a ton of protection because it's not a thick case. It doesn't provide a lot of edge protection or anything like that. It just is sleek, and it does protect against maybe scratching and buffing that you would get from your phone coming in contact with a table or a rougher surface. So I have to say, like, this case is definitely one of the sleekest, maybe best looking cases that I've seen, just because it is so simple, so basic, and it just adds just a little bit of flair to the phone, making it look even nicer than it already does. The next premium case we're looking at is from Mouse. Mouse makes really nice cases. They have a variety of different styles, but this case has a similar finish. I mean, you can see kind of a consistent finish to the Pataka case, but it provides a lot more protection. So if the Pataka case makes you nervous because you just need more protection, but you want that same look, definitely this Mouse case provides that with very minimal branding at the bottom. It's got protection around the camera module. You can see it's definitely a bit thicker of a case here, providing that protection around all of those lenses. The buttons aren't exposed, so it's got very nice button response here through the case. We have a little loop here that you could put a little lanyard if you wanted to for tethering to your phone. And then we have just what needs to be exposed. Also, plenty of room to get the S Pen out here. That is great. And this case has that side protection as well. So just enough side protection to where it's not infringing upon the edges of the display. So the display still looks fantastic all the way across. This case provides that protection. We also have screen down protection. So if you're wanting to set your phone screen down, you don't have to worry about the screen coming in contact with the table or whatever you're putting your phone down on. That's something that I definitely consider, because when I'm in meetings and stuff like that, I'll put my phone face down. I don't like having it face up. But with the Pataka case, I get a little bit nervous, even though there is just a little bit of a ridge that the Pataka case has to hold the face of the phone off of the table. It's not much. The Mouse case definitely provides a lot more protection than the Pataka, while still giving it that nice style. We've got a grip on the side of the phone as well, which is nice. That grippiness is just enough to help you hold on to this phone. In a bigger case like this, you definitely want to have a little bit more to hold on to. This case provides that. This case also supports MagSafe. So you can see here, if we put this anchor deal on the back, it rotates all the way around just like an iPhone would. So you can use all of those MagSafe type accessories, including MagSafe wireless chargers, on the mouse case as well. Now, one of my tried and true favorites is the spec case. This is the Presidio Grip 2, and this case I typically buy for every single phone because I love the way that it feels. It has grip all the way up and down the phone, including the back of the phone, which means if I like lay this on like the couch or on my pant leg or something, it's not going to slip around. It has a little bit of grippiness where a lot of other cases, the phone's just going to slide right off my leg or right off the side of the couch or something like that. Having a little bit of grip here is just enough. And this case does not support MagSafe, but does support wireless charging. So you can get wireless charging through this case, but you're not going to get the MagSafe. It has just enough of a raised area here to protect the camera lenses. The buttons are very nice and responsive, maybe a little bit tougher than the mouse case, which I like. The buttons on the mouse case are so easy to push that it's constantly turning my screen on and off as I just grab the phone. I definitely have to push the button a little bit, which I do like. I feel like a little bit more protection around this case than maybe the mouse, but not a ton more. This case also has good support all the way around the sides here, providing a lot of screen down protection as well. And overall, I just really like this case. I like the reinforced plastic corners, which provide a little bit more protection than just the silicone rubber. If you're going to drop your phone, it's probably going to land on one of these corners, and I like having the plastic in the corners there. We've got good access to everything that we need down at the bottom, including the S Pen, a little bit more of a cutout area than the last cases, but definitely plenty of area to get that S Pen out. Now we're looking at the UAG Metropolis LT Pro case for the S23 Ultra. A lovely, sleek design, very kind of masculine looking case, as most of their cases are. This canvas, I don't know if it's a canvas, some sort of a material here that just has a really nice feel to it. You know, most of the cases out there are like some sort of silicone base or something kind of hard, and they just aren't too enjoyable to hold on to. But this material back here is really, really nice and gives it a nice feel. Adds a bit of grip as well. So even though this case doesn't have like any ridged grippiness to it, it does have this material on the back that is really nice. And so I do like that. So it does have the ability to attach the magnet to the back of it, and it rotates around nicely and is very secure. So we have MagSafe support on the back. Wireless charging does work with this case as well. And so overall, like, this is a nice case. Maybe a little more minimal on the actual edges of the phone, which is probably a good thing, just to keep it very simple, not make the phone any wider than it has to be. The buttons are very pronounced and noticeable, like you just can't miss these buttons because they're so big. And just like the spec case, they just take a little bit to push, so they're not going to accidentally trigger, which I think is good. So overall, I'm really digging this case. I also like how it's a little bit more form-fitting around the lenses. Not all the way through all of them. I wish they'd kind of made a choice. Like, this one goes all the way across. Why not just do that on all of them? Overall, I just really like the design of this case. It does kind of give me the similar vibes as the mouse case, just because of the cutout and where the design is versus just regular hard plastic, but not a problem. I like how thin it is down here below, not adding a ton, so it's not going to be a problem getting your charger in there. Good speaker access and even more cutout area for the S Pen, which is good because some of the cases, they just kind of cut out around it. This one's cut out around on, I guess, 3 sides, and then down below, it just doesn't even raise up. It's flush with the phone, which I do kind of like that. Makes it very easy to get to the S Pen. I don't know if this is a design choice or what it is, but this kind of flat area here, I almost don't know what that's for. I don't really know anybody that holds their phone up here. That would be kind of a weird way to hold your phone. It reminds me of maybe like, you know, if you were at a rap artist would hold their phone. I don't know. This is sounding really nerdy. I don't really know. Maybe a comedian or something like that. I don't know. Like, why is this cut out here when there's no buttons and there's really no need, and then it thickens back up down there? I don't know. Maybe it's just a design choice or just to be consistent with the other side of the phone. Nonetheless, I really like this case. The feel on the back of this case is just something that you have to try. I mean, you might even order this case just to see if you like it. Of course, if you order it off Amazon using one of the links below and you have Amazon Prime, free returns on this stuff. So you can give it a try and see what you think and send it back. So it says it's built with Kevlar. I mean, I'm guessing maybe this is like a Kevlar material here, but it feels kind of canvasy and I like it. I mean, you know, these are made out of a tough material too, but it's just very smooth. This has a bit of a grip to it and I like the way that it feels. So UAG always has great cases, and that's definitely a good option there. So now we're going to take a look at a case from Taurus. Taurus is maybe on the cheaper end of cases as far as price point goes, but I've always really liked their cases and the way that they feel. I don't know if you could see that. It's not, I mean, it's a thin case, so it's probably just pulling on itself. It's not bent or anything like that, but it comes with different color buttons. And so I can accent my case because I like dark cases that are pretty much blacked out. I can pop this out here and open this up and pull out a different color button. And so if I want to go with something kind of bright, I could pop those out. I could just pop these through with my thumb here, this fingertip, just pop those through and pull out those dark buttons just like that. And then very easily press through a nice bright button. I can either go with this kind of fluorescent yellow color, or we also have this kind of muted orange color. Now, it used to come with a really bright orange, and I liked the bright orange. And so, I mean, they're changing their colors up a little bit here with this particular style. So now we've got this nice accent on the side, very minimal, so that it's not just all blacked out. We've got that accent. I like that. Buttons work really well, considering the fact that they're very easy to pop in and out. They're not as hard to push as the last couple of cases, but not so easy to accidentally press like a mouse case. Pretty much through the case, you can see here it's got MagSafe, very strong MagSafe, and it's also wireless charging compatible as well. So a bit more simple of a case, has more of that kind of silicone feel, which I don't know if I necessarily like, but I know with these types of cases, once you use them for a little bit and you kind of wear them in a bit with your hands, that silicone feel kind of goes away. So if you are looking for something a bit more simple, maybe something that you can dress up with customizable colored buttons, then the Taurus case is definitely an option. Probably the cheapest case, one of the cheapest cases that we've looked at in this particular video, but nonetheless still a really nice case. Now the last case is, I don't know how to say that. They have another case, kind of like the Pataka case, very similar, but this is a cheaper option to the Pataka case. Now I'm kind of twisting and pulling on these two cases. I would say this case is a little bit thinner and a little bit flimsier than the Pataka case. The Pataka case definitely has a little bit more of a stronger, I would say. It's not as flimsy as this case, but once you put it on the phone, you're not going to notice a difference. So, and now that I have it on the phone, I don't notice a difference. Obviously, the case is not flexing while it's on the phone. We'd have a problem there. I can't really tell much of a difference between using these two cases. The only differences that I was able to see when I was testing out these cases is that maybe you could see, I don't know if you could see this edge is a little bit raised up here, and I have the phone down in there. I don't know if it's a molding issue or what it is, but it's just not perfect. And maybe it is. I don't know. If you're looking at it in the screen, you can see maybe this side is just a little bit higher than the other side. Maybe we even see the same thing down below. This phone is snapped in there all the way. So that could be an issue for you, perhaps, maybe not. And it could be just the way that the phone is manufactured. There's these little cutouts right in here to kind of help the phone come off of the case. Nonetheless, it's a great looking case, and it is cheaper than the Pataka option. So if the Pataka option is a little bit pricey for you and you want this kind of Kevlar, carbon Kevlar kind of look, then you can definitely go with that as another option as well. So I've got links to all of this stuff down in the description below for you. I'll also link to the other video that has a lot of cases for you to check out. That video was cram-packed with cases. The Pataka case definitely fits better. It doesn't have those issues there at the top. You can see it's nice. I mean, the manufacturing's definitely better on the Pataka case. So if you were going to choose one, you might actually just go spend a few extra bucks and get the Pataka case, because I think it is better. My overall favorites out of all of these cases would have to be the Pataka for its just slim, and I love the way that they did the camera module here. But my tried and true favorite, the Spec case, of course, is one of my favorites. I don't know, I like all these cases really, except for the other option. I do like the Taurus case, but it's just a little too silicone feel for me. So I've got links to all this stuff in the description below. I've got links to the other case video as well. And there are some other S23 Ultra videos that you can check out. One on how to set up dual SIM and how dual SIM works in case you want to do 2 phone numbers on your S23 Ultra. And I also have some other tutorials as well. So make sure to subscribe to the channel, check out those videos, give this one a thumbs up, and we'll see you back in the next one.